The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Welcome to Let's Go Racing. I'm Danny Gibson with Dick Girardi. We're coming to you from Parks Racing to bring you all top racing from around the country and all the news. On today's show, we celebrate our fallen United States military personnel and had some great family fun here at Parks Racing with other top races from around the country, including 3 Grade 1s at Santa Anita. But we had great racing here Memorial Day.
Indeed, Danny, and the crowd was huge. I mean, you were sending out great photos all day. So yeah, there just haven't been that many holidays that have coincided with the new Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday schedule, but there was one on Monday and a great crowd.
Yeah, nothing like seeing a family get to enjoy and see a kid fall in love with horse racing.
Absolutely.
But we have another big race coming up. It's the 3rd jewel in the Triple Crown, the Belmont Stakes, and our Kentucky Derby winner, Rich Strike, did have a big workout at Churchill Downs to get ready.
He did between races on Memorial Day. They wanted him to get a sense of the crowd again, and yeah, Rich Strike is alive, apparently well, and heading for New York.
Here's more with his trainer, Eric Reed.
He's just so much more confident since the Derby and everything he does. But, you know, this 3.5 weeks is just got him where he's starting to come back to earth. And that's why, you know, he's like a 5-week horse. It just takes him that long mentally to do things the proper way. You know, physically and energy-wise, he's ready. But if his mind's not right, he's not going to perform. And yesterday's gallop was the best gallop he'd had since before the Derby. He was relaxed. He went on the track, didn't fight the rider near as much. So, you know, this is how he does usually. And between all these races, right after that 3-week period, things get much more relaxed in how he does things.
What was it like for you to see all this and have him work between races here and the crowd?
This was a whole lot more nervous than the Derby, I'll tell you that. I don't know, people won't believe it was. So, but big relief when he pulled up and came home and everything was good.
So the Belmont's really shaping up to be a good race. We get the Kentucky Derby winner. Probably not going to get the Preakness winner, but we're going to let it get a lot of other shooters from the Derby.
Yeah, my guess is, Danny, that Mo Donegal, winner of the Wood Memorial, 5th in the Derby closing, will go favored in the race, given that it's Todd Pletcher, it's New York, and obviously Todd has had a lot of success in the Belmont. But the intrigue is going to be Rich Strike. How is he going to run?
And another horse that'll be in the Belmont, Creative Minister for trainer Kenny McPeek, who we're going to talk about a little later in the show, but deserves to be in that Belmont starting gate.
Any question, Danny, each race is better, 3rd in the Preakness, and a good 3rd, and yeah, Kenny's got a good horse, and hopefully we'll see him here in September for the PA Derby.
Absolutely. Well, if you can't make it up to New York, we will be racing here on Belmont Stakes Day, and it's going to be really cool. They're going to bring back the Basset Hounds. I'm going to be sticking around for that because those dogs get a little crazy.
Yeah, you got to love the Basset Hounds, good racing, and of course in New York, it's just really, you can make a case the Belmont Stakes card is the best card this side of the Breeders' Cup, and we'll be getting the return of the great Flightline. Look out in the Met Mile.
It's going to be one to remember. Well, we're going to get into our local racing here at Park. We're going to go back to Monday. It was our 8th race, our first race on the turf for this season. It goes 1 mile and 16th, a starter allowance, which had to run for a tag of $25,000 or less, $30,000 purse. And our post-time favorite is the number 7 Shofar for trainer Jamie Ness, and coming off a win, this horse is.
Turf, dirt, Ness, Silvera, doesn't matter. They get bet and they fire.
A really interesting second choice horse here, Expensive Cut, 5-1. First time turf for this horse, but he's won at this distance.
Yeah, Bobby Moscow, you know, always sends out really solid horses. They're ready to run. Yeah, it's interesting to see how he does with turf.
Here's Chris Griffin with our local race of the week.
They work up the backstretch, Expensive Cut. They went quick, 22-4 for the opening quarter. Expensive Cut and Edwin Rivera, they're in front. They're up by a full length. Kitten Street, Sylvester Gonzalez right up on the outside, now cuts into the margin. Then comes Sovereign Warrior. Shofar is starting the rally outside of Eye of Gunfighter. Nowhere to go yet for Stonegate. It's a wide run here for Mr. Einstein. The 2 still at the back, Pier 40. And S-Man, they work into the far turn. Expensive Cut is still in front. Expensive Cut, Kitten Street to the inside. Sovereign Warrior needs some room. Shofar is now in 4th. Rallying on is Mr. Einstein with a quarter mile left to go. And Sovereign Warrior found a seam at the rail. And here comes Sovereign Warrior, pounces right on the leader. And Sovereign Warrior sprints for home. home. Shofar is following that move with 1/8 of a mile to go. It's Sovereign Warrior. Shofar tips out in the center of the course. Sovereign Warrior and Shofar, it's these two. Sovereign Warrior at the final 16th. Shofar is getting closer up on the outside, and here comes Shofar to run right on by.
Shofar and jockey Ruben Silvera come storming home. Really impressive win for this horse.
Yeah, it looked like Sovereign Warrior had the race. He cut the corner first, and then as he does, Ruben just followed, right, cut the corner again, and Shofar, as you said, had that big finish. I wasn't sure he was going to get there at all, and he got there pretty convincingly.
Yeah, I was out on the turf course. It was pretty impressive to see, and Ruben had a big day Monday. 4 wins for him, and Ruben, just one of those riders, he just tries really hard in whatever he's riding in. Well, we're going to head to our first break. When we come back, we're going to get up close and personal with trainer Kenny McPeek and see what he looks for in finding young horses at the sale. And of course, it was a big day out at Santa Anita. All this coming up on Let's Go Racing.
Horses are like stars, like constellations, okay? So when you're looking at a horse from the side, you're looking at what I'd call points of reference.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
The PA Horse Breeders Association introduces the Pennsylvania Stallion Series. 4 brand new races to be run at parks for PA-sired, PA-bred 2-year-olds. There are 2 $100,000 contests on August 22nd, PA Day at the races. September 24th, PA Derby Day, has 2 more races, each with a $200,000 purse. The PA Stallion Series, yet another reason why Pennsylvania is the premier place to breed and race. For more, please visit pabred.com.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. What does top trainer Kenny McPeek look for when he's at the sales to buy a young horse? He's got a lot of success in doing it, and he's got one of the most talented eyes in the business.
There is no question. I mean, as you said, Danny's had a lot of success doing it. His major success was Curlin. He bought Curlin for $57,000. Unfortunately, the owners ended up being unscrupulous people. They ended up selling him for $3.5 million, and everybody knows the rest of the story with Jess Jackson and 2-time Horse of the Year with Steve Asmussen. But Kenny was the guy who found Curlin.
Well, Curlin, one of the greats and a top sire. Here's a more up close with trainer Kenny McPeek from his Magdalena Farms.
Horses are like stars, like constellations, okay? So when you're looking at a horse from the side, you're looking at what I'd call points of reference. So you're looking at points of reference on a horse's from a side angle, and you're also going to look at them from a walking angle. So as you stand him up, points of reference are point of the nose, the top of the head or the poll, point of the withers, point of the chest, bottom of the girth. So this triangle right here to here is how much air capacity a horse may or may not have. Another point is the hip, top of the butt, here, stifle, hock, hind fetlock, pastern, even the angles of the feet all have points. Same thing with the front. The length here, knee, obviously, ankle, foot. So when you're looking at a horse, you're looking at even the length of the neck, the angle of the shoulder. So when I'm looking at yearlings or even older horses, I mentally take a picture, okay? Boom, boom, and I'm looking through all these points. Race horses are like Big Dippers and Little Dippers. You've got the Little Dippers would be the Northern Dancers. The Big Dippers might be the Roberto line. So you're looking at all these angles and you're trying to, like, you don't want a horse that's too long. You don't want a horse that's too short. You want so that they have a symmetry that matches what good horses have. Then the angles that you analyze is from the back. So I'll look at a young horse and I'll say, okay, stand up, and then I'll say down and back. So this horse got a really good hind leg on him, and he won stakes because of that. So the way a horse walks through itself and the efficiency of the movement dictates, you know, how much ground they cover and how efficient they are at covering ground. Here's another, walks through himself really nice. Got a nice link to his pastern. This horse is a really good walking horse. So now what we're going to do is we're going to watch how a horse oversteps. See how the front foot lifts and the hind crosses, lifts and crosses. The longer the overreach, the longer the runner. So in other words, the shorter the walking horse, the shorter distance that they typically prefer, the longer the reach, the longer races that they prefer. And racehorses come in all different shapes and sizes. I mean, so you're going to get bigger horses that have talent. So you have little horses that have talent. The key is finding a pattern, whether it's a small horse or a large horse. And you want efficiency, you want balance. And then the other thing I look at is to look at a horse's eyes, certainly their ears, how they pay attention to things, and that's intelligence. That's something that there you go, pay attention there. He knows I'm talking about it.
Kenny, obviously one of the greats in the business, and we wish him all the luck with his gray colt creative minister in the upcoming Belmont.
Yeah, for a lot of reasons. One, because Kenny's a friend of the program, and two, because if he wins and he comes to the Pennsylvania Derby, it's $50,000 just for showing up for winning Triple Crown race. So Kenny's done that before. He knows the way to parks.
He certainly does. And I have to say, it was really cool at the Kentucky Derby getting to see in his office. We got to take a look at his training chart and just what a well-run operation he really has.
Yeah, no, he's really one of the cool, and he's one of the guys who's very open in the business. A lot of times people won't tell you stuff. Like Danny said, he invited us right into the tack room and said, hey, here's what's going on.
Well, let's get into our national races of the week, brought to you by the Chapman Auto Group. If there are emblems not on the back of your car or truck, well, you did pay too much. And it was a big day out at Santa Anita. They had 3 grade 1s. Let's start with the grade 1 Hollywood Cup. Goes 1.25 miles on the dirt, and our favorite is Royal Ship, even money for trainer Richard Mandella.
Yeah, the great combination of Dick Mandella and Mike Smith. They win a lot of races together. This horse has won 7 of 16 lifetime.
And Ed Mosier's Stiletto Boy is second choice at 3-2.
Yeah, Stiletto Boy just ran the race of his life when he got loose in the Californian. First time he'd really been loose on the lead in quite a while, and he beat Express Training, was heavily favored in that race.
Small but compact, but good group here. Here's the call of the Hollywood Gold Cup.
And Defunded is in hand, leading the way by a length. Stiletto Boy second by 3. Royal Ship joined at the rail by There Goes Harvard, who's 4 lengths off the pace. Another couple back to Spielberg. They're running past the 5/8 pole. And Defunded, cruising along on the front end, has it by 1.5 lengths now to Stiletto Boy in second. Royal Ship continues in third. There Goes Harvard down at the rail. Another 3 back to Spielberg. There's been no change in the running order. Around the far turn in the Hollywood Gold Cup. Defunded by 1 length. Stiletto Boy set down, trying to go after him now in second. Royal Ship has 3 to make up. There Goes Harvard is down at the rail. And Spielberg. 1/4 mile to go, and Defunded digging in. Stiletto Boy has the reins shaken at him. There Goes Harvard. Royal Ship to the outside. 3/16 mile to go for Defunded, who leads it by 1 length. There Goes Harvard running a giant race and coming to him. Royal Ship, Stiletto Boy drops out. A 16th to go. There Goes Harvard.
There Goes Harvard gets the win for my favorite trainer, Michael McCarthy. Irad Ortiz did make the trip out west, and I love that Michael McCarthy showed the emotion in his post-race interview, saying that Diego Herrera, who had been riding him, it's not that his work doesn't go unnoticed. He'll get his chance, but he's a young rider.
Yeah, and as you said, you get a chance to ride Irad. You're going to ride him, right? Why would you not?
Absolutely.
And it's interesting. Michael said, look, he just figured he'd take a shot. It's a 5-horse field. Maybe something good happens. Well, something really good happened for There Goes Harvard. And one of my favorite moments of Derby week was Danny's a bit of a fangirl for Michael McCarthy, and when I introduced Danny to Michael McCarthy, she was very excited.
I was very happy. I just think the West Coast is very lucky to have him, and he's won some grade 1s. We're going to see a lot more wins from him.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
He is. Well, let's keep it going at Santa Anita. It's the grade 1 Shoemaker on the turf, $500,000, 1 mile, named the Shoemaker Mile, and named after the great shoe. Smooth Like Straight, Michael McCarthy is the favorite in this race as well, 2-5.
Right, speaking of Michael McCarthy, now the last race he wasn't supposed to win. This race, as Danny just said by the odds, he's supposed to win with Smooth Like Straight, who actually has not won since winning this race a year ago, but has been second and third and you know, in all the best races.
He certainly has, very consistent. Count Again takes second choice for Phil D'Amato. Irad Ortiz aboard.
Yeah, he was actually in the same race as Smooth Like Straight last time, the Maker's Mark Mile at Keeneland, ran well, was 6th, but only beaten like a little under 2 lengths, so it was one of those blanket finishes where anything could happen.
Now this is a Breeders' Cup win, and you're in for the Breeders' Cup Mile. Here's the call of the Shoemaker Mile.
Heading toward the half-mile pole. Dance Samo is the target. Leads it by about a neck. Smooth Like Straight is in second. Restrained Vengeance 3 wide. Haywood's Beach between them, and Master of Foxhounds on the rail. And then Count Again at the back has 4 to make up. Smooth Like Straight quickly puts away Dance Samo and sets sail. Smooth Like Straight suddenly 3 lengths in front. And from the back of the field, Count Again takes up the chase. These two square off in the Shoemaker Mile. Smooth Like Straight, a 2-length lead. Count Again bearing down though, and he's right to him with a furlong left to go and goes by.
Count Again gets the win at 5-2. Irad Ortiz catching Smooth Like Straight in the stretch. And you know, Phil D'Amato, he doesn't show a lot of emotion, but he really did with this win. He said this is one he really wanted, that Count Again should be considered one of the top milers. He always gives his all and has had some bad luck.
Yeah, no question. He was great in this race, over $1 million now, and obviously into the Breeders' Cup Mile, as Danny said, at Keeneland. The Smooth Like Straight got in a bad spot, right? Chasing a 45-to-1 shot. Then Flavien Pret, who doesn't make many mistakes. I'm not sure what he was doing at the 3/8 pole, like opening up like 100 in a flash. Without, I said it to Danny, without saying what Michael McCarthy said in the text. Let's put it this way. He wasn't thrilled with Flavien's ride on Smooth Like Straight, but you know what? Kudos to the winner. Count Again was really good.
Yeah, Count Again will be pointed to the Breeders' Cup Mile. Well, let's stick at Santa Anita Park. It's the Grade 1 game lead for our fillies and mares. $400,000 goes 1 mile and 1/8 on the turf, and our favorite is Going Global for Phil D'Amato. Are you seeing a pattern here with Flavien Pret?
We do seem to be seeing a pattern. It's interesting. Pret had ridden this filly right along and then Rispoli rode last time. And back to Pret, and she does not run bad races. She is so consistently good.
Irad Ortiz is on our second choice favorite for Phil D'Amato, Going to Vegas.
Going to Vegas, and Irad has already had a huge day up till now. Can he win another Grade 1?
Well, it's no doubt Phil D'Amato has a lot of nice horses in his barn. Here's the call of the Grade 1 Gamely.
And Canoodling now has a 3-length advantage on Going to Vegas second. Eddie's New Dream third. Thrump's Dream is on the rail and on hold 4th. Going Global just outside of her, 3.5 lengths off the pace, and another 2 back to Ocean Road. Down the backstretch in the Grade 1 Gamely. Canoodling has it by 2 lengths under Juan Hernandez, with Going to Vegas second. Thrump's Dream is down on the inside. Eddie's New Dream outside of her. Going Global between those two, in hand, 3 lengths off the pace, and a length back to Ocean Road. Around the far turn, Canoodling trying to sprint away. Going to Vegas will have none of that. She's within a 1/2 length now. Eddie's New Dream in third. Going Global has been covered up between rivals. Outside of her, Ocean Road. Thrump's Dream is on the fence. They're at the top of the stretch. Going Global gets a seam now, and she has to come after Going to Vegas, and Going Global kicking into high gear. Canoodling hanging tough from the back of the field. Ocean Road running a giant race. Here comes Ocean Road after Going to Vegas. Going to Vegas, Ocean Road, Ocean Road.
It was a last to first win for Ocean Road for trainer Brendan Walsh. Umberto Rispoli made the trip back west. We've been seeing him ride in the Kentucky circuit.
Right, and he's going back west permanently now. He just wasn't able to really catch on there, so he's going to go back. Maybe he'll be the new Pratt, since Pratt has come east. No excuse for Going Global. Pratt gave her a great ride. She just wasn't good enough, and that's her first race less than second since she's come to America on the turf. So Going Global finally didn't fire.
Absolutely. Ocean Road with a big win. And that wraps it up for this segment. We come back, we're going to have our jockey and trainer of the week and lots more with race recap.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Hi, I'm Dawn Stensland, behind the scenes here at Parks Racing. You know, when you look at a young beauty like this guy, what you don't realize is he's actually a jobs factory. Come on, let me show you more.
She's a Pennsylvania bred, so here's a perfect example of someone who bred her. They have a farm in the state of Pennsylvania and had to raise her up. So they're buying hay, they're buying grain, and a lot of these are all going to be from local feed stores. I have a groom who would take care of her, I have a hot walker who's going to walk her, I have a rider who's going to ride her, I have an assistant who's managing my barn, and these are just a few of the people that are going to be, you know, part of the nutshell of her creating jobs.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our Jockey and Trainer of the Week is brought to you by Turning for Home, our racehorse retirement program here at Parks Racing. And Jockey of the Week is going to go to a 7-pound apprentice, Geron Barbosa. It's a name we're going to hear a lot. New rider here at Parks.
Yeah, and when Danny tells you that one of the 7-pound or 5-pound riders is going to get hot, look out, because you hadn't been wrong yet.
We have a good group right now. Andy Hernandez, Jose Gomez, and this gentleman, Geron Barbosa.
Nice.
And they're the most talented apprentice riders I've seen here in a while.
How about that? Well, again, just pay attention.
Our trainer of the week goes to Bobby Moscow. He doesn't miss a beat. He's got some really nice horses in his barn right now. One specifically, Dreaming of Jerry, had a big win last week. They claimed him at Keeneland.
Yeah, Bobby's been on a really good run. Of course, had that incredible run with Admiral Abe, and hopefully we'll get him back all the way to his top form. He's just had the one race off the layoff, but yeah, Bobby's one of the best.
He certainly is. Well, let's get into our race recap, and it's the Monmouth Park Jersey Derby, a race I hold very close to my heart. It's $100,000 for our 3-year-olds going a mile on the turf, and take us through it.
Yeah, Todd Pletcher's the big favorite with Quality G. Danny takes the lead in the stretch. Look like he's going to get there, but here comes, now am I saying this?
Future Ventura. For Fuerte Ventura.
Well said. The 7 horse is going to get up ahead to win the Jersey Derby. 2 closers coming in from behind a very, very slow pace, but they came flying at the finish. And yes, to the Jersey Derby. Who can forget the legendary Spend-A-Buck in 1985? And had some really good renewals at Garden State Park.
I have some great memories from there, and similar connections here. Robert LaPenta and Jonathan Thomas's Catholic Boy.
And it's the year of the $30,000 claimer, right? This horse broke maiden from maiden 30, and of course the Derby winner was claimed for $30,000. So, Danny, why don't we just claim a horse for 30 and start winning derbies?
There we go. Sounds like a plan. Well, let's get to Churchill Downs. It's the Grade 3 winning colors, going 6 furlongs for our fillies and mares. It's the return of Sconce, and it's her 5-year-old year, and she's taken no prisoners.
Yeah, she takes no prisoners. She's got that great running style, Danny, where she sits off the pace, and then here she comes, and she's got to blow by this field and win pretty convincingly.
Tyler Gaffleone gets the win for her off the layoff. Like we said, her first win in her 5-year-old year. And let's head to Belmont Park. It's the $200,000 Critical Eye for fillies and mares, going that 1-turn mile. And our boy Gary Barber has a big horse in here, Make Mischief.
Yeah, Make Mischief's a New York bred. Danny had been running an open company in the Ruffian, back to New York breds in here, and just kind of dominates this race. Make Mischief is going to go ahead and win this like by 4 lengths at the wire. And another in the ever expanding list of sons and daughters Into Mischief to win a stakes race.
What a sire he's become for trainer Mark Casse, Dylan Davis on the horse. We're going to head to Lone Star Park. It's the Grade 3 Steve Sexton Mile, $400,000. And Stewie Elliott, need we say no more on the gray horse?
No, I mean, it's amazing the night he and Steve Asmussen had together, Danny, the big night at Lone Star. They won 3 stakes, including this one with Silver Prospector. It's gray against gray in the stretch. Silver Prospector is going to end up going by at the wire 5-1. And how about Stu Elliott? He's up to 5,350 wins. He's number 26 all time, 10th among active riders. Stu Elliott, a Parks legend and a Hall of Fame.
He certainly is. When I saw them going 5 wide around the turn, I was rooting him home. And Mish, obviously, great in defeat for trainer Safi Joseph, but Stewie Elliott had a big night. Well, it's time for Ion Racing. No huge races today. 6 stakes at Churchill Downs, a few on the turf, the Mr. Prospector at Monmouth. We're getting ready for the Belmont, though.
It's the lull before the storm, and the storm will be coming next Saturday. Again, as we said, one of the great race cards of the year on Belmont Stakes Day.
How do you handicap Basset Hound races?
Danny, I don't know, but I'm going to think about this, and I'm going to go to my Basset Hound speed figures and see what I can come up with.
Well, let's head to our final break. When we come back, news and notes here on Let's Go Racing. If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now, and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
The PA Horse Breeders Association introduces the Pennsylvania Stallion Series. 4 brand new races to be run at Parks for PA-sired, PA-bred 2-year-olds. There are 2 $100,000 contests on August 22nd, PA Day at the races. September 24th, PA Derby Day, has 2 more races, each with a $200,000 purse. The PA Stallion Series, yet another reason why Pennsylvania is the premier place to breed and race. For more, please visit pabred.com.
Welcome back to News and Notes, brought to you by our Granny Fund, which provides continuing education for our backstretch community. Well, we're still rolling with Down the Stretch, Sirius Radio on Saturdays on XM 85, and it's your turn.
I'm up today with Bill Finley and Dave Johnson at 11 o'clock.
Talking all things parks, and we did lose a big horseman here in the industry.
There's no question. Lester Piggott is a legend. It's a maybe overused word these days, but absolutely a legend in English racing and anywhere. If you made a list of top 5 jockeys in history, he's on it somewhere. How about 9 Epsom Derby wins from 1954 to 1992? How about the names of the horses that he won with? Sir Ivor, Nijinsky, the last English Triple Crown winner in 1970. It's so hard, they don't even try it anymore. Roberto, the Minstrel. Then he came to the Breeders' Cup, Danny, at Belmont Park in 1990. He'd been retired. He was 12 days back from his retirement, and he won the Breeders' Cup Mile with Royal Academy, one of the legendary performances you'll ever see. Lester Piggott died at 86.
Well, definitely left his mark on the sport. Our thoughts are with him. Well, that wraps it up for Dick and I. Come join us Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We race here at Parks Racing. Post time is 12:55. You will not regret it. Thanks for watching us on Let's Go Racing.
And they're off. Speaker's Corner has early speed. Hot Rod Charlie, Midnight Bourbon, American Revolution. American Revolution, a 16th to go. Hot Rod Charlie is opening up. Hot Rod Charlie will win the Pennsylvania.